Hello and welcome back to the Kansan Sports YouTube channel. My name is Eric Lucio, the head sports editor for the University Daily Kansan, and today we are going to be playing Kansan Sports Family Feud. I'm joined here today by all seniors, Brandon Wilson, Ashton Thimesch, aka Tims, aka the U.S. Ambassador for Algeria, and senior Grady Johnson here. Here is how the game will work today. There's going to be 10 different prompts, Family Feud style. They will go one at a time. If you get the number one answer, that is 5 points. If you get the number 5 answer, that is 1 point. The player with the most points at the end will be crowned the victor of Kansan Sports Family Feud.
Yep.
All right, well, you guys are all seniors here, so I can't really go with seniority. So I'll leave it up to you guys to decide who gets to go first here.
I mean, Grady's birthday is this month. I think he should
That's
get
true.
first.
Thank you for the shout.
And the
That's
reigning
cool with me.
the reigning winner from yesterday, so I think that's fine. So
Yeah,
our
I
first prompt,
think Grady goes first.
yeah, our first prompt is going to be the worst NBA trade since 2000, according to BetMGM.
Okay, so I already know the comment sections are gonna fry me because I think it's pretty noted by anybody that knows me that my NBA knowledge is terrible. But based off of recent events, I'm gonna go the Luka trade to the Lakers.
That is going to be the number one answer.
Yeah.
All right, give me the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander trade to the Thunder.
That is going to be answer number 2 here.
Yeah.
Tim's, I shouldn't have let you go on. That was mine. Similar to Grady, my NBA knowledge is not there.
That's okay.
I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna kind of take a shot and say maybe that. I was gonna say that Luka and Trae Young trade, but it worked out for a little bit. Is that Kobe one with the Charlotte Hornets on here?
That is going to be your first strike here. That is not on the answers. So now back to Grady here.
I have a clarifying question. When was this updated? Because
this has nothing from this free agency.
Okay, so nothing to do with the the Paul George Jaylen Brown trade from yesterday. Okay.
No, but I imagine in a few years, that could be up
The rest
there.
of the spots on this list is just Paul George being traded.
I mean, at this point, I'm the Paul George to OKC trade. Yeah. Okay.
You're saying from Indiana to Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
That's going to be your first strike here.
Okay.
Was it Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett both going to the Nets? Was that the same trade?
That was the same trade.
That's going to be my guess.
Okay, yep, and that is going to be number 3 here. KG and Paul Pierce to Brooklyn back in 2013.
Celtics got Tatum and Brown out of that trade, didn't they?
Yeah,
with the picks.
And we got Brooklyn, KG, and Paul Pierce out of that too.
That's insane.
Notably, their primes in SX.
I have a strong feeling that Tim's is kind of just gonna run this.
Tim's might run the NBA board.
Like, dude, I can't even think. All of my NBA trade is from this free agency because it's all just so fresh. Can I save myself embarrassment and just pass?
Yeah, you can take a a strike here.
I'm just gonna take a strike and hope something comes to me late.
That's not bad. That's not a bad play. All right, Grady, back up to you.
I'm gonna give a shout because I don't know if you guys will remember this, but it was pretty bad. Is the Kawhi to San Antonio trade in 2011 on here?
That is going to be on here on draft night. George Hill for Kawhi Leonard comes in here at number 4. All right, Tim's, 1 spot left on the board here. 0 strikes for you. What's it going to be?
All right, I think I have a feeling this might clear it. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Give me the Thunder trading away James Harden to the Rockets.
That is going to be your first strike here. That is
not on the
board. Wow. Yeah.
I was pretty confident in that. So I just brought that up for nothing?
Yeah, I think you did here.
Dang.
All right, Brandon, it is up to you. 2 strikes on the board.
Dude, I'm just blanking. I think I'm just gonna take my 3rd strike and pray that the next one's not an NBA trade related.
You know what? That's okay. I will say this is the only NBA trade question on the
Eric,
on the board.
Good. We're good.
Starting off with the worst one.
All right.
I'll
Grady,
take my
we'll
points
go
later.
Back to you here.
I think I'll also pass because
Okay.
my knowledge is dwindling.
All right. Now, Tim's, you got 2 strikes for Grady. You got 1 for yourself here, Tim's. 1 spot left on the board. So
I'm just trying to rack my brain. Draft picks, I think, are a big thing. Who got traded for a bunch of draft picks? Or who didn't get traded for like any? Luka's already on there, so.
yeah. I got Jaylen Brown, 2 first-round picks. And John Morant just went without any picks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. When this gets updated in like 2 years.
Yeah, it could be
It's
drastically
gonna be like
different.
those 2 trades and Luka are going to be like 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yeah.
I'm blanking as well. I feel like I should know this one with my NBA knowledge, but I just really cannot think of like. My brain is thinking like draft night trades, but I just cannot like come up with anything. It's just blanking. So
All right,
I think I'm going to join the pass party.
And that'll be your 2nd strike. Grady, do you have another guess, or would you just like it to go back to Tim's?
I'm going to shout it.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be on here. Is the Pau Gasol trade on here?
That is not going to be on here, so that will be your 3rd strike here. If Tim's has anything, this is your last chance before we go and reveal the answer.
Oh no, I think I'll just continue with my theme of guessing Thunder trades. I don't think it's number 5, but it was pretty bad at the time. Give me the Thunder trading away Trey Mann to get Gordon Hayward, who played like 10 minutes a game and did nothing for us for half a season.
Unfortunately, that is not going to be number 5, so that will be your
I just
strike.
wanted to bring that up. That was a bad trade. That's probably the worst thing Presti's done, like without like pressure from management.
Man, the only thing I have to see here is, Brandon, you should have been more confident because it was Trae Young for Luka Doncic here.
The moment I said I'm passing on my 3rd strike, I was like, I should have just shot that.
Yeah, you should have had it. All right, so
for what it's worth, that trade looked good for about 3 years, and then it's just not.
True.
Yeah,
true. So that'll be 7 points for Grady, and 7 points for Tim's here going into round 2. We have the best KU men's basketball players of all time, according to Bleacher Report.
Okay.
You see, unfortunately, I'm already at the disadvantage because both of you guys grew up big KU fans.
Yeah, that's
true. That's true.
Give me Wilt Chamberlain.
Yep.
That is going to be the number 1 answer here. Wilt Chamberlain takes the spot at number 1. Now, Brandon, on to you.
I'm between a couple names. Is Devontae Graham? He's got to be up there.
Unfortunately, Devontae Graham is not on the list.
That's insane.
Invalid list.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
Instantly invalid.
I was kind of surprised. I'm not going to lie. So that is going to be your first strike. Moving on to Grady here.
I'm going to go. I'm not sure if they're basing it off of like their NBA careers or like their college careers. Either way,
it's definitely college careers.
Okay, based off the college career, then I'm pretty sure he'll be the number 2. But I'm going to go with Lawrence, Kansas native and Lawrence High School alum Danny Manning.
Danny Manning is going to be number 2 here.
Yeah,
getting it on the board.
That was a pretty surefire 1-2.
Yeah. All right, now Tim's back to you.
All right, if we're going based on college career, I think Frank Mason's got to be on there.
Surprisingly enough, Frank Mason is not in the top 5.
Are you kidding me?
National Player of the Year too, by the way.
We gotta get a talk with Bleacher Report going.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
we-
I don't know
insane.
what's going
I'm
on.
gonna send a strongly worded email.
All right, and now Brandon, back to you.
I'm gonna go Mario Chalmers.
Unfortunately, Mario Chalmers is not on the list. This is, I will say, when I saw the list that they had, I kind of knew this was going to be a little tricky because this would not be my top 5. I'll just say that.
I've got like one more name in the back of my head, and if he's not there, I just don't know. Like at this point.
Yeah, you're at a very strong disadvantage. I will say that. A very strong disadvantage. All right, Grady, back to you.
Eric, to your point, I don't think this would be my top 5 either, but these two guys I would put in my top 5, and this guy I also would. Give me Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce is not on the list, so that will be your first strike for this round.
This is brutal.
Again, that would have been my answer. So thankfully that you stole that from me. Okay.
Yeah, this list is pretty confusing. I'm not gonna lie.
Now it's just a matter of shooting guys who were good at KU. Oh no, give me Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins is not going to be here. Okay, there's
I didn't
two
figure so.
champions. There are 2 champions on the list. Danny Manning and the guy at number 5.
Okay.
Is Josh Jackson up there?
Josh Jackson is not up there, so that will be
That's
your
3.
third strike, Brandon. This is just not the 2 questions we should have started off with for you.
This is not.
All right.
Sorry, we'll catch up. We'll catch up. Trust.
Yeah. There's a lot of game left. We'll go back to Grady here.
Tim's, you might be disappointed in my guess. You might not. I'm going to go with a former employee of your favorite team. He might still be employed. I don't pay that much attention. Either way, I'm going with Nick Collison.
Good shout.
Nick Collison is on the list here. The number 4 answer here.
All right.
Now back to Tim's.
Down to my last strike, dude. This feels crazy. No Devontae Graham, no Frank Mason.
It's rough.
Number 5 was a champion. Give me Brandon Rush, I guess.
That is going to be your third strike, Tim's.
Um,
Only 1 strike for Grady here. So you got 2 guesses before you reveal number 3 and 5.
Number 5's a champion. Again, Brandon mentioned it. I grew up on KU basketball, so I'm only saying this because this is like the only name I know from this team. Give me 1952 national champion Clyde Lavelle.
That is correct. That is going to be
What a
number
pull.
5.
What a pull!
That is an excellent answer. Wow. I was almost certain no one was going to get that answer.
I was
That's great.
worried that all the older KU fans would probably get mad at us for not knowing that. So
Fair enough. Let's
Had
see.
to
Can you get number 3 here, the gentleman's sweep?
I don't know if he'd be in my top 10. He'd be up there. But give me current assistant coach Jacques Vaughn.
Jacques Vaughn is not on the list, at least not in the top 5. I believe they have him at number 9.
Okay.
So that will
See,
be your
he would
second
be
strike.
a top 5 or 6 for me. I feel like they'd go a point guard here. Just because. It's not Frank, not Devontae. Probably not Nadir Tharp. I don't even know why that would ever be a thought to come across my mind. Probably not Typhon Taylor in this spot. Nor would they go Elijah Johnson. I don't know. Just give me a pass.
All right. Taking the third strike here. Number 3 is going to be Aaron Miles here. We have Aaron Miles from 2001 to 2005. Their description for him is the floor leader for a pair of Final Four squads at Kansas. Aaron Miles is one of the most successful point guards to ever play college basketball.
I don't know that I would have put him over any of the guys that we named. But
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
I don't feel so bad about going 0 for 3 now.
So Grady at 14 and Tim's at 12. Brandon, unfortunately, scoreless here going into round 3.
We're good.
But there's a lot of ground to make up here.
Just setting up a comeback.
Yeah,
exactly.
Setting up a comeback.
You can't come back unless you're down.
So round 3, we are going to have the biggest North American rivalries according to Fox Sports.
If this isn't up here, I might just walk off. But I'm going to go with the game, Ohio State and Michigan.
The game is on the list here. It's going to be number 2 for Brandon's first points of the game getting on board here.
Let's go.
All right, Grady, we will go back to you now.
I don't want to one-up you, Brandon, but I think the people in the Northeast might argue this is bigger. Give me Yankees, Red Sox.
And that is going to be number 1 here. Yeah. Yankees versus Red Sox. So Grady steals another number 1 off the board.
That would have been my guess. Those both would have been my guesses. So I do have to kind of regroup here, come up with something. For whatever reason, my brain's going NFL, but I don't really think any NFL rivalries are as aggressive as a lot of college rivalries are.
There's maybe one I could think of, I think.
I know a lot of those AFC North rivalries are pretty vicious, so Steelers, Ravens?
That is going to be your first strike, Tims.
Yeah, good shout, though. That's a good shout.
That is a good shout. We're going to go back to Brandon here.
Tims, I'm kind of on a similar wavelength to you where I don't really know if the NFL is going to be up there. I think like Grady said, there might be 1 or 2 that might have a chance. Yeah. So I think I'm going to stay college, and I'm going to go Duke, UNC.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that is going to be your first strike as well. That is number 6 on their list.
No way.
Yeah, that's just brutal.
So, yeah, as I mentioned, there's maybe 1 NFL rivalry that I could see on here, and I'm just going to get it out of the way. Give me Packers-Bears.
That is going to be number 3 here. Packers versus Bears.
Just the oldest one around, yeah.
Yeah, the oldest rivalry in sports. We know quite a few people on both sides of that rivalry at the camp.
True.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it lives up to the hype for sure.
All right, I'm going to go back to college. Give me the Red River rivalry, Oklahoma, Texas.
To my surprise, that is going to be your second strike here. They are not on the list. I
like that guess, though.
One of these remaining 2 would not have even been maybe in my top 15, but Fox Sports thinks so. So we're going to go with it.
Wow. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
I'm I don't want to go NFL. I think Brady nailed the only one up there. Baseball, I think there might be some. Yeah. College football, same. If the Red River rivalry wasn't there, I might just take a shot and go with the home team. Give me Kansas and Mizzou.
So that is going to be your second strike here, Brandon. Yeah. They are not on the list.
If it was based off of historical events, it would be
it should have been 1.
True.
Yeah.
It would have been 1.
Good shout.
Rivalry is based off of historical events, but if this list was on that, yeah.
All right, Grady, heading back to you here.
I'm going to try a baseball one just because I feel like I have nothing to lose. I don't know I guess I've already got a baseball one, but I'm going to go another baseball one. Let's go out west to where you're from, Brandon, and let's go Dodgers-Giants.
So that is going to be your first strike here, Grady. They are not on the list. Heading back to Tim's with 2 strikes.
Okay. So, Eric, I see the pennant behind you. It's already got the Ohio State, Michigan on there. I'm going to also go to another one of your teams here. Give me Cowboys, Eagles.
As much as I would agree with you, they are not going to be the fourth or fifth best North American rivalry, according to Fox Sports. So that is going to be your third strike, Tim's.
That would have been the only other NFL rival. I'm mad I wasted one on that AFC North thing.
It happens. It happens. Heading
Right, Grady,
back to Brandon here with 2 strikes.
Grady, I saw where you were going, but I'm going to switch one of those teams. I'm going to stick with baseball. I'm going to go Dodgers-Padres.
Oh, yeah.
That is going to be your third strike, Brandon.
Dude.
So now Grady with 1 strike and 2 answers yet again. Let's see if he can clear the board.
We haven't mentioned hockey yet, which makes me want to go hockey with one of these. Now there's like a million of those, so I don't know if I'd be able to break it down all the way. But I'm gonna give a shout to former sports editor Ben Hook and go his Montreal Canadiens and the Boston Bruins.
Unfortunately, that is going to be your second strike. They are not 4 or 5 here.
Okay, one last guess. I'm thinking hockey again, but I don't want to necessarily go hockey. I'm going to go basketball. Did they put Warriors Cavs on here?
They did not put Warriors Cavs on here, and that will be your third strike. But they did go basketball at number 5 in Lakers versus Celtics.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then at number 4, this is the one that I just do not agree with at all. They have USA versus Mexico in soccer.
Nothing the USA has ever done in soccer should be in the top 5 of any list.
Yeah.
That's
other than maybe
crazy.
top 5 most disappointing.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Top 5 worst red cards of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know how that got on there over like Duke in North Carolina or something like that. It was a pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But Grady still manages to pick up another 8 points there, bringing him to 22. So the score is now 22 for Grady, 12 for Tim's, and Brandon gets on the board here with 4, heading in to round number 4. It's going to be...
If me and Brandon combine to beat Grady at this point, I think we count that as a win.
Yep.
You know what? That might be fair. I mean, Grady just seems to be dominating at these type of things. So this is the best NFL stadiums according to Sports Illustrated, and I will let you guys know it is heading into the 2025 season, if that makes a difference to you.
Okay. It does, actually. Thank you, Eric, for noting that. Since it's going into 2025, I'm going to take one of the newer stadiums in the NFL and also a World Cup host site. Much like most of these on here will be World Cup host sites, but I'm going to go SoFi Stadium.
SoFi Stadium is correct. That's going to be the number 4 answer here, Grady. I personally thought it would have been much higher than this.
I would have guessed like 2 or 3 on it, but I can see 3 other stadiums in the top 4.
Could go one of 2 ways with this. Could go like SoFi, go with the new high-tech stadium. There are a few of those. Or I could just go with the classic, like all-time, like everyone knows it. It's like just considered a great place to play. Give me Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
Tim's, that is going to be the number 1 answer here, Lambeau Field. That will be 5 points for Tim's now here, going back to Brandon.
Yep. Tim's, that's where I was going to go. I'm going to say, I'm kind of going to go back on the path that Grady was on and go for one of the newer ones. I'm going to go with Allegiant Arena, I believe, the Raiders Stadium.
Yeah.
That is correct. That's going to be number 5 on the list here.
Wow. Okay.
So one point, but we got to take anything we can get.
I'll take
here.
Whatever we could get right now, Eric.
Yeah. No strikes. That's what's important. Heading back to Grady.
Eric, I'm gonna give a shout to you and yours. Give me Jerry's World.
Thank you very much. Jerry World is going to be here at number 3.
So all the things that I was going to guess, like immediately off the top of my head, are off the board now. I did get
Yeah,
the
this
top
is
answer, which is good.
no strikes here. That's impressive. No strikes heading and 1 answer left on the board.
But those were like the 3 high-tech stadiums that I thought would be on there. It's just a matter of like what else? What stadium do people like? I don't know. I'm a Chiefs fan. You can see the poster behind me. Give me Arrowhead.
Unfortunately, that is going to be your first strike on the
Yeah.
list. I believe they have Arrowhead. They have Arrowhead Stadium at number 8 on the list, which I personally think is a little bit low. But
It's top 10, which is fine.
yeah,
It's old. It's
Yeah,
old.
It's old.
It's-
They're building in Kansas for a reason, unfortunately, but it is a good stadium.
true. All right, heading back to Brandon here.
All right. I'm trying to go through all the teams right now and see which ones stand out, and I've kind of narrowed it down to 3. I'm just gonna rip off the Superdome for the Saints.
Mm.
That is going to be your first strike here. They are not. I don't even think they're in the top 10. They have
they
the
just-
Superdome at number 24.
That's
This list.
absurd.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Wow. All right. 1 answer
Okay.
remaining. Back to Grady, if he can get that number 2 spot.
I'm gonna go kind of on the same wavelength that Tim's was in terms of the Lambo guess. So I'm gonna go the side of the World Cup championship game in MetLife Stadium.
That is going to be your first strike as well. So all 3 of you with 1 strike and 1 answer remaining. Who's going to get that 4 points? Let's go back to Tim's.
Just based on everything else that's on the list, give me Atlanta Stadium.
Atlanta, that is going to be your second strike. That is not
Dang.
number 2. But I believe they are in the top 10. Yeah, they have Mercedes-Benz at number 7. So interesting choice there.
If this was a top 10 list, I'd be sweeping right now.
You would. You'd be doing very, very well.
10 answers on the board.
All right, Brandon, back to
All right.
you here.
I'm gonna go back to the trade of those newer stadiums. I'm gonna go U.S. Bank in Minnesota.
That is going to be number 2
Bang.
here. So Brandon, in a much needed round, gets 3 of the 5 answers
Bang.
here.
Tim's,
And
we're
that-
climbing, Tim's.
Yeah.
True. So that will move Tim's to 17 with the number 1 answer. That will bring Brandon to 9. And Grady gets another 5 here to bring him to 27. So Grady with 27, Tim's with 17, and Brandon with 9 heading in to number 5.
Still losing, Tim's.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So, fun fact, 2018 was the first year I went to a Royals game. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have my certificate for the first Royals game at the K. And like they have been for a good portion of my life, the Kansas City Royals were awful in 2018. Give me the Kansas City Royals, Eric.
That is going to be
Yep.
number 2 on the board. The Kansas City Royals with a whopping 58 wins in 2018.
All right, Tim's. I'm gonna be like you, and I'm gonna grab my souvenir.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm gonna go with my home team. Who? Please tell me how you could have 2 of the best talents in baseball at the same time, and you're still horrible. And I'm just gonna go with the Los Angeles or Anaheim Angels.
Unfortunately, they are not one of the worst teams
Wow,
in
they actually did
2018.
something for once.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't in the bottom
Apparently.
5.
They're probably bottom 6.
Yeah, they were 80 and 82 that year.
Wow,
in
they actually had a good
2018.
year. That's
They were
impressive.
pretty mid. Yeah. Almost the
No,
definition.
that-
One
that's
win
not,
away.
That's not mid. That's not mid for them, Eric. That's top level competition.
That's true. I get it. I'm a Cowboys fan.
That'd be a
I know.
playoff team in the American League this year.
Yep.
Yeah. True. All right, Grady, back to you now.
I'm going to follow Tim's and go with an AL Central team that has been absolute dog crap up until like this point of this season. Give me the Chicago White Sox.
Chicago White Sox are going to be on the board here at number 3 with 62 wins. All right, and now back to Tim's.
All right, I think I can snipe this because I am thinking back to 2018, and I can remember being like, well, the Royals aren't the worst team because this team. Is it the Baltimore Orioles?
The Baltimore Orioles are the worst team in
We're
the
back.
MLB
We're back.
in 2018 with 47 total wins on the year.
All right. I don't even know where to go. I was gonna go White Sox, really praying that nobody was gonna take it. I don't know if they're gonna be there, but I'm gonna go with the Rockies.
The Rockies are not on the list, at least not in the bottom 5 here, and that will be your second strike here, Brandon.
I remember this team being really bad for that year and like a stretch of like the years before and after. So we're gonna stay in the National League, but we're gonna go out east and go with Miami.
Miami is going to find themselves on the list here at number 4 with 63 wins. And back to Tim's. Can he stay hot here? And
All
finish
right,
the board.
so we got 2 teams in the AL Central, and that leads me to believe that we could see multiple teams in another division. I'm wondering if the New York Mets were also really bad in 2018.
They were not good, but they were not in the bottom 5. Back against the wall with 2 strikes. Can you sneak on the board here?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go to a city that has notoriously never really provided fun entertainment in sports, and I'm gonna go to Oakland and just say the Athletics.
They are
Okay.
not going to be on here, and that will be your third strike here. Heading back to Grady. Let's see, can he clear the board?
I'm going to stay in Brandon's great state of California for this because if I recall correctly, this was before this team made a bunch of high-end trades, and they just really struggled for like 10 years. I'm going to go the Padres.
They just narrowly miss here. They were the 6th worst team, and that will be your first strike. Going back to Tim's, both of you guys having 1 strike.
Okay. Were the Philadelphia Phillies just really bad this year? I don't think so.
It does not appear so. They were not
That's
one
just
of the 5 worst teams in the
that's
MLB.
just a completely random guess.
I feel like they were okay that year. Something tells me. I mean, I
Probably.
pre Bryce Harper, but
This was the last year before they got Bryce Harper.
yeah.
All right, here we go. Back to Grady with 1 strike.
I'm going to go with a team that, aside from some stretches in like the 70s and like an okay stretch in the last, I don't know, not a season long stretch, but like they have some months where they look really good. But other than that, they've been a pretty potent bottom feeder in the league. I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is not on the list here, and that will also be your second strike. Going back to Tim's with both of you now having 2 strikes.
This is just a complete shot in the dark. Texas Rangers.
Yeah, I really just don't appreciate that shout for being one of the worst teams, and they are not the 5th worst team here. So that will be your 3rd strike. Grady, 1 last shot to clear the board here.
And this team they weren't really like removed from a World Series. Something tells me that they weren't great back then. I'm going to go with Arizona.
That will be your 3rd strike. So no one is able to get the number 5 answer. It was the Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
Oh my God, that division was awful, dude.
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah,
this.
not great.
How are there 3 teams in the same division with almost 100 losses?
Okay, well, after round 6, I guess Actually, after round 5, Grady is still in the lead here after picking up 5 points with 32. Tim's, though, with the comeback, 9 points there to bring him to 26. And Brandon with 9. So you still got quite a bit of ground to make up. The NBA Defensive Player of the Year voting in 2021. So starting with the winner at 1 and going down the list. And it'll be Brandon first here with the guess.
I'm kind of praying that this guy was healthy because he's never healthy, but when he is, he's a really good defender. And I'm just going to say Kawhi was up there.
So Kawhi is not going to be on the list here, and that will be your first strike.
I'm going to go with his championship year. I'm pretty sure he was accredited as a finalist. Could I tell you who he even plays for now? No. I know he just got traded. Give me Giannis.
Okay. That is hilarious. And he is going to be here at number 5.
Bang.
He'll take the 1 point. Newest Miami Heat member, by the way, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
For whatever reason, I was thinking Hornets, but I knew that wasn't right. I know LaMelo got traded.
Dude, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, it was a different trade.
Giannis to the Hornets would be awesome, bro. That would have broke the internet. Oh my gosh. Okay, Tim.
I do need a bottom feeder team to just trade for a superstar one of these days. I know that superstars refuse to go to those teams, but like, could you imagine if like the Kings would have pulled off the Luka trade?
All right, here, Tim's. Let's see. What do you got?
Was this one of the Rudy Gobert Defensive Player of the Year years?
This was one of the Rudy Gobert years. In fact, this was the year he did win, and that will be 5 points here for Tim's, getting number 1 off the board.
All right. Once again, as we've seen, the NBA is not where I thrive. I'm just going to go with another big name that's popped up at me and another guy who I'm hoping has stayed healthy. I'm going to say Anthony Davis.
That is a great guess, but he is not on the list. I kind of thought he would have been too when I was looking this up, but that is going to be your second strike here, going back to Grady.
Okay, I'm going to go with a known defensive mind and the second most ethical player in the National Basketball Association, only to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Give me Draymond Green.
Draymond Green is number 3 on the list here. Ethical Hoops, Draymond Green.
Ethical Hooper.
Yeah. All right, Tim's.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start shooting out people who have won Defensive Player of the Year awards in the last few years. I don't know that he would be in the top 5 in 2021, but he's always been like a presence, like as one of the best defenders in the NBA. Let me see if Marcus Smart's on here.
Marcus Smart is not on the list, and that will be your first strike here, Tim's. Heading back to Brandon, back against the wall.
Yep. Still in single-digit points, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, we're at 9. We're almost there. We're almost there.
I can tell you right now, I don't think I'm gonna get past 9 after this round.
Hey, you don't know that. There's still a couple more rounds here.
Like the only main defender that's coming to my mind is Wemby, but obviously this is well before he's drafted. Give me, like, hopefully he just got some pity points because he's the NBA's most lovely player, but I'm just gonna say LeBron.
Hey, don't disrespect my king. He is not going to be on there, though. That's going to be the third strike.
Yep.
I'm going to follow Tim's pursuit of, like, highly touted defensive players. And I'm also going to throw out a hot take that's not really a hot take, but I think he's the biggest. Maybe not. He's a top 5 draft bust of all time. I'm going to go Ben Simmons.
Wow. Ben Simmons is actually number 2
Okay,
on
that is
the list.
such a good poll.
He
said that, and I'm like, oh my god, that's
I couldn't tell you who else is on here, but I figured Ben Simmons would be here one of these years.
That is a great answer to steal and what could be a pivotal number 2 answer. All right, Tim's, let's see. Can you clear the board?
All right. I'm 1 for 2 in just guessing guys who have won depoys. Let me see if I can. I think this guy's won one. Jaron Jackson Jr.
Jaron Jackson Jr. is not on the list, and that will be your second strike.
I'm this is gonna be absolutely wrong, and I'm just throwing it out because Jason Tatum.
Yeah, no, Jason Tatum's not going to be on here. That's going to be your first strike here.
This is just a wipe away guess at this point.
That's okay. That's okay. All right, Tim's back against the wall. Can we get the remaining player?
But at this point, I don't even know. He's probably not on here, but he's coming off a championship in this year. Let me see if Alex Caruso's on there. I doubt it, but just
Alex
shout out my boy.
Caruso is not on here. No, he is not. And that will be your third strike. So, Grady, you have 2 remaining guesses. If you do want to use them, yeah.
I don't.
He's
Do
scared.
you just want to forfeit these?
I'm going to forfeit my guesses.
Okay. The number 4 player and defensive player of the year voting in 2021 was Bam Adebayo.
Wow.
I think a pretty gettable guy, but someone you may not think of right away.
I like that category. That was fun.
Yeah. I don't know if it was so much fun for Brandon, but we're gonna move
Eric,
on.
if this next one is basketball, we may as well just end it there.
I'm not even sure. Okay. Yeah, not basketball here. This is going to be the best college football teams in the college football playoff era, according to ESPN.
I can't remember the year, but it was the year they beat Alabama in overtime, like 2019, I think. 2019 Georgia. I don't know.
That is not going to be on here, and that will be your first strike.
I'm sticking with the year, but I'm going with a different team. Give me 2019 Louisiana State.
They are going to be on here at number 2. I thought they would have been number 1, but they have them
They
here
probably should be number 1, but I haven't seen number 1, so maybe that's just slipping my mind.
I'm going to go around the similar time. I don't know if it was a year before or a year after. I think I'm going to go a year before and say, no, I'm going to go a year after. I'm going to say 2020 Alabama.
You made a good judgment call there. 2020 Alabama is the number 1 answer here.
LSU should have been number 1.
Yeah, I kind of agree. And this was the year where they unfortunately spanked my Ohio State Buckeyes by like 40 in the national championship. But we don't remember that. All right, going back to Grady here.
Okay, I'm going to stay with Georgia, but I'm going to go the team that absolutely mollywopped TCU in the championship, so give me 22 Georgia.
22 Georgia is correct. That's going to be number 3 on the list.
Okay, so they're 15-0. Give me 2026 Indiana.
Yes, technically they have them at 2025, but I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, this last year's Indiana team.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot for a team that I'm pretty sure won the national championship this year and say 2018 Florida State.
That is going to be your first strike here.
Okay, I'm going to go with a very unethical team here. Do I think they should be in the top 5? No, but the ESPN loves the 2 powered conferences, aka the Big Ten and the SEC. So I'm sorry I have to do this to you, Eric, but I'm going to go with 23 Michigan.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they are number 5 here, according to ESPN, and much to my chagrin.
According to ESPN, we will throw out because I don't agree with it either.
I think it's just because they went undefeated, but who knows? Whatever. You guys cleared the board here. It is World Cup season, so I had to have at least one category here, and it's going to be the most scored goals in World Cup history. I'm not sure.
This is individual?
Yes, individual players. This was updated, I believe, like June 24th.
You know what? Either way, Messi's up there, so just give me Lionel Messi. I'm first, right?
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay,
correct.
yeah, I thought so. Give me Messi.
Yes, and Messi is going to be number 1 on the list with 19, according to the list on FIFA.com. It is Lionel Messi with number 1.
Potentially be a pretty bad guess, but I'm going to say Mbappe.
That was not a bad guess at all because he is number 2 on the list
Wow.
with
I didn't think he
18.
was that high.
I'm going to go and continue the trend of vets currently in the field. So I'm going to go with Ronaldo.
Can you specify?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
That is going to be your first strike, Grady. It is not Cristiano Ronaldo there.
No.
Okay, so I do want to make it clear that I know what country the guy whose record was broken this year. I know what country he played for. I know that it was like within the last couple decades that he played for them. However, I am blanking on his name. So anyone who wants to come at me for my World Cup knowledge, please do that. But I'm like halfway there on that guy. However, what I'm going to do now is completely show that I'm a soccer casual. Get Pele, I guess. I don't know.
No, that is not going to be on there.
If I say Ronaldo, I don't know his first name, but can I give the country that he's from? Or do you need the full name?
We'll take that. I'll take it.
I'm going to say that Ronaldo from Brazil, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that is correct. He is going to be
Bang.
number 4.
I don't think this is right at all, but I think he's creeping up the list very slowly just in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to go with Harry Kane just because.
I would have guessed him as well,
Yeah.
but he is not in the top 5. That's going to be your second strike here.
Can I name any more soccer players? The answer is eventually. I am going to say no, I cannot.
All right. That will be your second strike here. All right, Brandon. Do you have another? You have no strikes so far.
All
2
right.
for 2.
I'm just gonna go for a vet, and I'm gonna say Neymar Jr.
That will be your first strike here. I'm going to be honest. For the people, if none of you guys are really into soccer, these last 2 are probably going to be pretty difficult.
Ooh, okay.
That third place guy, I'm gonna see the name and I'm gonna be like, dang, should have known that. I know for a
Yeah,
fact.
I think you know who the right guy is there, but
I just cannot come up with his name.
I think I saw his name. I know. Can I say the country he's from? Because Tim's, I think we're on the same wavelength here.
I believe Tim's also knows the country he's from. So
Yeah.
if I didn't give it to Tim,
There
I
are
don't think I
plenty
can
of
give it
people
to
who
you.
have played.
Okay.
If
Well-
there are plenty of people who've played for that country.
I can't give you his first name, but I think his last name is Klose, and he's from Germany.
I'm going to give it to you. You got the
Okay,
last
yeah.
name. It is Miroslav Klose,
Okay.
I think is how you say
Yep.
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to predict the future.
it. Okay.
And I'm going to say, free my boy, give me Balogun.
I like the shout. I like the shout. Shout out Balogun. But he is not in the top 5 yet. Yet
Dang.
is the key word there.
Give it 8 years.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean,
The
before
most
you had
red card.
before you had said that he's from the 70s, I was kind of just gonna shoot Erling Haaland just as maybe a shot in the dark, as somebody who's been good this year. But when
He
you said
scores 9
70s,
goals every game.
I know he plays all 11 positions. It feels like. I don't even know, so I'm just gonna pass this round. I think.
That's okay. That'll be your second strike. Grady, do you have one more answer?
I will take my third. I'm as much of a soccer casual as Tim's as I couldn't tell you anyone from the 70s.
Yep. And then I'm gonna pass as well. I was more so not saving my second pass if Grady had a shot, but
I got no clue at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 5 would have been Gerd Muller with
Yeah, never
14
would've
goals, which this is crazy. In the 1970 World Cup, he had 10 goals by himself,
Wow.
which
Wow.
is, yeah, kind of crazy. And now I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to regret my decisions because number 10 is, in fact, the top 5 Butler ball players according to
Oh,
Trevor
no.
Butler.
Oh,
Can
no.
So
the top 5 Butler Bowl what?
Butler ball players, and if you are unfamiliar with the
Yes,
term,
okay.
according to Trevor Butler himself, Butler ball is an emphasis on hustle and team play, stuff like diving for loose balls and taking charges to help the team out.
Is this an
So,
article he put out?
no, I texted him like probably 5 minutes before we started shooting, and that's what I was working on. I didn't expect this to be like a 2-point game heading into the last round.
Wow.
So here we go. For all the marbles, who knows Trevor Butler the best, essentially?
Trevor's gonna be so disappointed.
Oh, this is awesome.
All right.
Okay.
I love this.
I think I got first shot, right?
Yes, you do. You do, Brandon.
Oh no. See, part of me, like, part of me feels like Trevor's the type of person just to put Trevor up there at 1. But at the same time, then Eric talks about hustling and diving for balls, and I don't really know if I see Trevor doing that.
Oh, you didn't see him in rec runs or the J School
Yeah.
League then.
With that being said, I'm still gonna say Trevor Butler.
Our humble king did not put himself on the list.
All right.
That will be your first strike here.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Can I specify, did he go like all college guys or did he go NBA too?
I believe it's all college basketball and NBA.
Okay. I don't know why, and I don't think he'll be on here, but I'm going to shout a rocket here and go Kenyon Martin.
I honestly, I don't hate that guess at all, but it's not going to be on here. That's going to be your first strike.
Right, I'm gonna go with a Jayhawk who kind of epitomized Butler ball this past year. Give me Melvin Council.
That's going to be the number 1 answer, Melvin Council Jr. That is huge in terms of the game. I can't believe Butler ball is deciding this game, but here we go. This is electric. Going to go back to Brandon now.
I'm just gonna shout Kobe Bryant, even though you just said that we probably won't get these guys.
Yeah, that is not going to be on here. And I think if we get to everyone with 2 strikes, or I don't know, maybe I'll throw out some hints because some of these guys are niche. Going back to Grady here.
Okay, I'm going to tap into Trevor's mind a little bit here, hopefully, and I'm going to go with another Houston Rocket, but much more current. Give me Amen Thompson.
Amen Thompson is not on the list.
Okay.
That would be your second strike as well.
You know what I'm gonna do for the second time today? I'm gonna throw out a guess of Alex Caruso. I don't think Trevor likes him that much, but
that will be your first strike. Okay, and now
I
that
think
you
he
guys
fits that MO.
all have strikes on the board, I will help you out a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. There's nothing I could do to help you out with these college basketball guys other than a Butler ball. The NBA guys, one of them I would not have considered to play Butler ball by any means. The other one 100% is. I will say one of them is probably a top 10, 15 defensive player of all time in the NBA, but he could not score the ball at all.
Okay.
And the other one is known, I would not say known for hustling or anything like that at all. I would say he's actually known for being a goofball and kind of crazy on the court. He has a lot of memes. And yeah, I think that's what I'll give out for now.
I mean, I'm out of this anyways, points wise.
If you could steal a couple of slots on the board from Grady, that'd be great.
I'll just get out of here real quick, and I'll just say Dennis Rodman. I feel like that perfectly fits Butler ball, but it might be too early of an era.
I agree it would, but I think it's too early, so he's not going to be on here.
You said memes. And part of me wants to go one way, and part of me wants to go the other. I don't think this guy plays Butler ball, but I could see the attraction. I'm gonna go with Nick Young.
I really, really like the guess, but that is not who Trevor was thinking of in the moment. I'm not sure if this guy even played. I don't think he played for the Rockets, but for some reason Trevor loves him.
Wow.
And then my last guess would be Boban Marjanovic.
That is also not going to be there, and that will be 3
You did
strikes.
say didn't play for the Rockets. I probably shouldn't, but I had that guess like locked and loaded before you said that.
Number 5, the defensive menace was Tony Allen.
Okay.
That could not score the ball.
Yeah.
Number 4, I genuinely have no idea how this is Butler ball, is Lance Stevenson.
Okay.
Like, I don't see how that. And then these are the 2 college guys that I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Marshall Henderson from Ole Miss.
Yes. Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this game.
Brock Cunningham his too.
Yeah, Brock Cunningham is gonna
I'm
be
going
his
to
too.
crash out so bad. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm like a top 2 Brock Cunningham hater, and Trevor knows this about me. So I hope he watches this and laughs right now, because this is my downfall, and I'm pretty mad that Brock Cunningham was on this list.
Can you read off the points here, Eric?
Yes. So the game is now decided
Eric,
from Butler
you
ball.
you only need to read the top 2.
That's a victory lap.
No, I think it's worth respecting. 20 points in a game where a lot of these questions did not go your way.
True,
20
true.
points for Brandon is respectable.
Thank you, Melvin Council. Thank you.
Melvin Council for the win. It was still a fantastic game. Almost 2 hours of recording, which
I had
is
fun.
crazy. Yeah, but it was still a great time. This would be, I believe, the 4th video that goes up on this channel. Thank all of you guys. I thank all of you guys for playing here today. It was a great time, and bearing with the, I guess you could say, game show host difficulties of me getting one of those questions wrong. It was still a blast. So
This will
anything you guys would
probably
like to
be
say?
easier when we're on campus.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's going to be so much easier when we don't have to be sharing screens and dealing with Microsoft Teams.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone on campus actually enjoys using it, but we get it for free, so we can't complain.
I'd like to thank my competitors for putting up a great challenge. Both of them were equally as challenging to get past. I think if we had maybe a golf question, then Brandon would have
Thank
put
you,
up a
Tim.
better fight.
Thanks, Tim's. I say we run it back, but it's like all golf. Just give me a chance.
Yeah. Hey, well, we do have categories coming up, and we have a lot of games in the future,
true.
so I'll include some golf questions in there. I'll study up a little bit over the weekend and get it in there. This is a great showing yet again for our ball knowers here at Kansan Sports. I thank everyone for watching this video, and stay tuned for more. We're going to be posting a lot more, I expect, even during the school year once everyone is finally together. But for the time being, this is what we got. So thank you guys all for watching, and we will see you in the next video.